extra time.
Hi Gaffer, welcome to the pre-match press conference ahead of our first ever Hero Indian Super League match against ATK Mohun Bagan. Obviously the media has sent in their questions which I will ask now one by one. We are obviously still mourning the death of Diego Maradona. Would you like to start by saying something about the football legend?
Yeah, oh God, I know it's incredibly sad. I think certainly me growing up, I mean he's probably arguably one of the greatest ever players, and it's such a sad thing. You know, we know he's had various problems with it within his life, but look, let's not take away from the absolute quality player he was. And I was lucky enough to meet him a few times and actually found him to be a remarkable man as well. So it's a real sad loss for football. It really is, because what he was as a player was just incredible. We all talk about the great players, and whenever we do talk about the great players in the history of football, Diego Maradona is rightly revered as one of the best ever, and it's a sad loss. So I think he will be missed by many people.
Gaffer, now we obviously look ahead to the match tomorrow. I've got 14 questions which I'll ask one by one. Firstly, Gaffer, what is your assessment of SC East Bengal squad now that you have, we are at the end of training schedule for the first game. Are you getting the complete squad for selection ahead of the ISL debut? Are there any fitness issues? This question comes from the Hindu.
Yeah, I think anytime. I think we've prepared properly, we've prepared right. We know it's been a really short time in preparation, but look, we accept that, we adapt to whatever's through in front of us. And look, the players are ready, so we go into this game as good as we can be. There's obviously a few little aches and pains and niggles, but look, that's to be expected, and that'll be the case throughout the league. But look, we're all looking forward to it. As much as we have been, together, a period of short time, it feels forever waiting for the game. So thankfully now the game is upon us, and we can all get ready for that.
The second question is, does it help a team playing its first match settle down better if the games are played behind closed doors? This is from the Hindustan Times.
It's a really good question. I think certainly from us, look, we do what we need to do. Look, ideally you want the fans there, you want the fans right behind you, giving everything that they've got for us, and there will be a time when the fans will get back into the ground and support us. But right now, look, we know that the fans are with us within spirit, so we've got to go out there and perform the best we can, and try and just focus on the game in hand and not around the surroundings. It's obviously a tough match, so regardless of who we play or where we play, it's never the same football without fans. It really isn't. But look, it's the same for all the teams, and we'll do what we need to do.
The third question is from Sky Sports News. He has got two questions. Firstly, how has coaching in India been so far for you? And secondly, your first game this week is a huge derby against ATK Mohun Bagan. How much can you call on your Merseyside derby experience when preparing for this game?
Yeah, of course. I think the first part of the question, how am I enjoying India? You know what, loving it. It's been a real eye-opener. Obviously within the bubble, within the hotel, and leaving the hotel just to train and obviously play games now. It's been different, but what we've done with the players, we've got them to enjoy the environment, enjoy the occasion, and look, we're all ready. We're all looking forward to it. So yeah, the game can't come quick enough. As for the Merseyside derby, and will that have any bearing on this game? Certainly I'm not a player. All I can do is go out there and give the advice to the players. Look, play with your heads. I know we all want to win the game, but you've still got to be sensible. You've still got to go out there and do all the right things. Let's not get too carried away. We know there's a lot at stake, but also there's a game to be played, and we have to play it the right way.
Gaffer, what according to you will be the advantages and disadvantages of having to start a tournament with such a high voltage clash against your biggest rivals? This question is from the Times of India.
You know what, I really don't know. We can ask me maybe the same questions after the game. I think certainly from the advantages from us, look, we go into the game, we probably know a little bit more about AT Mohun Bagan than they do about us. So obviously we're prepared for that way. As for the for disadvantages, we've not played before. and we go into the game maybe a little bit rusty. ATK have played a game, so they're probably know more about themselves than what they do about us. They'll know how to gauge it themselves, they'll know how to judge themselves. But look, it's never about the opposition, it's about what we can do. We've prepared properly. We've got to go out there and play the way we can, have a little bit of belief in ourselves, and just go out there and give it our best shot, and look, we will do that.
Gaffer, what is your opinion about the quality of Indian players in the SC East Bengal squad? This comes from Goal.com.
We've enjoyed it. So we've enjoyed the environment, as I've said before. So it's different this year than any other time within the not just in the ISL, but any league all over the world. I think when you are in this environment where everyone's on top of each other, it can work two ways. It can work really for you, or it can work against you. I think, but what I've noticed within this camp is everyone's together. The togetherness that we've showed and we've had so far has been quite remarkable. Look, everyone from bus drivers, photographers, anyone within the social media team to the players. We are all one, and that's what we want to do. We have a squad and we have a unit which is inclusive of everyone, and that's what we'll continue to do. So it's been a real eye opener, and we've seen a lot of the players. We've worked a lot of the players out. The good things, the bad things. But for us now, it's playing football. And that's what we want to do. We want to love the game a little bit more, and you love the game by getting the right results.
Gaffer, sixth question: will the weather in Goa be a problem? This comes from A. Shomai.
I don't think so. No, we've trained in all sorts of weathers. We train in the morning when the weather's probably at its hottest, so maybe that could be a bit of an advantage for us, because by the time the game comes it's a little bit cooler. The temperature's a little bit cooler, as I've said. So yeah, the weather's not a problem. I think if you start looking for excuses or start putting stuff into players' heads, then they'll give you every excuse under the sun. We don't want to use excuses. We'll give you reasons, obviously, for bad performances, or for goals conceded or goals scored. But look, there'll be certainly no excuses from our end. There's two teams playing, and whoever deals with the conditions best will more than likely get the result, and that's our plan.
Gaffer, do you feel that the players at SC East Bengal get extra motivated because they see someone like you, obviously you, coaching them, and this comes from Uttar Bangashonga?
Well, I should hope not. I think we play the game because we love it. We play the game because we want to get the right results. So if any team, or certainly my players, are they extra motivated because I'm there on the sidelines, then I think they're in the wrong game. They should be extra motivated every single game, regardless of who's playing, who the manager is, who the coach is. That shouldn't be the case. And if my players ever come up to me and said, "Oh, we're going to win this game more because we're playing so and so, and they have this coach," then they shouldn't be playing football.
Did you get enough time to prepare for the first game, and especially in the way you want your team to play? This comes from ABP Digital.
Ideally, look, I think we'd all like a lot more time. We all would have loved it, but we've accepted it. We've moved on. We've adapted, and we know what we are. Maybe 2-3 weeks behind everyone else in terms of preparation. But we can only do what we can do, and we've prepared the team right. We've prepared the team well, and we'll go out into the game and we'll give it our best shot, and hopefully we'll get the right result. And look, it's a case of looking. We're starting a campaign now, and it's a case for us to go out there and enjoy it, go and try and get the right results, and go and show people what we can do.
Gaffer, ninth question: how happy are you with the facilities at your disposal, and what are your views about playing at the Tilak Maidan, which is known to be a bit smaller compared to the other two grounds? This is from Sportskida.
Yeah, the facilities that we've had, put in place for the club have been brilliant. I think we've looked after the players. The hotel's fantastic. We go to a training ground. It's a little bit of a drive, but it is what it is. We've done everything that we need to. Facilities are more or less perfect. Ground wise, we don't know. We've not seen the ground. We're not allowed to go there, so that maybe ruins it a little bit. But look, it's a stadium. It's a football match, and we love playing the game. And when we get a chance to play in whatever stadium it is, we've still got to go out there and experience what we want to experience. And look, we've done everything that we can in terms of preparation, regardless of training ground. We'll have the players prepared properly, when we get to the stadium tomorrow. So again, there's absolutely no excuses, and we actually can't wait to get started now.
Obviously, you had a first look of ATK Mohun Bagan in their first game against Kerala Blasters. What is your impression about them, and is there any player in particular you feel that SC East Bengal should be wary of? This is from Ajkal.
I think what you've got to remember is, look, ATK are a team who I think have got 80%, 90% of the players who won the league last year. So we know they're a good side. We know what they are. We know how organised they are. Certainly the manager has them prepared and well drilled. But look, it's not about them or it's about any of their players. We know they've got lots and lots of good players. I mean, I had obviously Brad Inman in Australia last year. I played with David Williams, and obviously Roy Krishna came on trial when I was at a club in Australia, so a good few years back. So I know what type of players they are, and I know they're dangerous players. But look, we focus on us. It's never about the opposition. We'll do work. We'll do work on them, but focus is on us. And let other teams worry about what we can do.
Just before the derby, what's your message for the fans? Experts say that ATK Mohun Bagan are the favourites on paper. What's your take on that? This is from News Time.
Well, quite rightly so. I think, I said before, with ATK Mohun Bagan, a team have been together for, albeit a new entity, but they've been a team together for a good few years now. So they're well organised, they're well drilled, champions last year. So yeah, of course, we're a new team and we're massively underdogs. We know that. Sometimes underdogs win. That is the case, and we'll go there. So we'll try and get the players as confidence as we can, and it is what it is with football. The underdogs sometimes do cause upsets, and that is our plan.
As the 2020-2021 Indian Super League season is being played behind closed doors, what impact do you think the absence of the fans in the stadiums will have on players, considering the cheering of fans serves as an extra motivation to them? This is from TNI.
Yeah, look, it's like the question before, with obviously extra motivation. Players want to be playing in front of full houses, in front of really partisan crowds. Sometimes it doesn't happen. We know the current situation all over the world, and not just in India, that there's many clubs who can't unfortunately play in front of fans. But that day will come again. So until that day comes, until everyone is safe and well, then we just need to do what we can. And if it means playing behind closed doors for the time being, then we can do that, because we're giving everyone that little bit of enjoyment and playing football, and obviously watching football, albeit not in the stadium, but you can get to see us on the TV or and not in the ground. And obviously my message to our supporters is keep believing in us, keep supporting us. I know you will. I know the support from this club has been incredible, and the support certainly I've had personally from everyone has been phenomenal. And it will be the case again tomorrow when we play. As much as the ground will be empty, there's going to be millions and millions of people watching us and supporting us from afar, and we thank every single one of them for that.
I've got last three for you. What makes the Indian Super League an attractive option for A-League players? This is from Reuters.
Again, it's a great question. I think with the A-League had lots of problems last year. There's going to be a few problems again this year. So I think it's a case for the players to come over here, play in a good league, and obviously go to a level, and try and improve this league. So the players who are over here certainly improved the Australian league. You're talking about the likes of Adam Lafondra. We've got a few players ourselves, Scott Neville, Aaron Holloway, who certainly aided and helped the A-League to progress. So them coming over here will certainly help this league as well. We've had not just them players, but I think there's probably over 20 players from Australia who've come over. So if anything, it will make the league a little bit more competitive, a little bit sharper, and yeah, all of them can't wait to get going.
Therefore, why do we not have the numbers 7, 9 and 10 on our squad list?
Again, it's a good question. I think obviously with modern football, players want to wear numbers, and even social media, people asking me why we haven't got this forward or this forward, or why haven't we got a 9. it's never about numbers or names on the back of shirts. It's what you do for this that matters. So I know the players who are playing will go out there and will 100% give everything they've got for this badge and this team. So numbers for me don't matter. It's nice having them, but the most important piece on a shirt is this badge here. And the players will be doing everything they can to try and win and get the 3 points for this good club.
Gaffer, finally, before we let you go, obviously this morning we announced Danny Fox as our captain, Anthony Pilkington as his deputy. Would you like to say something about that?
Yeah, I think when we obviously, you are getting a squad and you are getting a team together, you're looking around everywhere to players who are instrumental in getting the best out of players within dressing rooms, within training pitches. And I think we're quite fortunate at this club straight away because we have got a lot of leaders. We have a lot of winners in this club, and we have a lot of focal people who can bring out the best. But for me, I think the likes of obviously Anthony Pilkington and obviously Danny Fox, who's now our club skipper, I think they've been absolutely brilliant in and around the place, keeping everyone together, galvanising everyone, and getting the spirit and the unity, which is what we want as a staff to show everyone, not just within India but all over the world, sort of what football is all about. And when you've got a leader of leaders, what we've got in terms of Danny Fox and Pilks, then it makes us, I think, a better and a more competitive team.
লেটেস্ট নিউজ আর এক্সক্লুসিভ ভিডিওর সঙ্গে আপডেট থাকতে এখনই সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেল। বেল আইকনে ক্লিক করতে ভুলবেন না যেন।